Hey everyone, I'm Nikki Griffiths and I'm going to go through how to do a one-to-one consultation. I am not an expert makeup applicator, I'm not a makeup artist, but what I am really good at is having success one-on-one consultations. So I'm going to give you my best tips and just quickly run through how I do a one-to-one, okay? So first things first, I want to go through what I do before you go and the things that you need to make sure of. So before you go, you need to make sure that you have clean brushes. Okay, you do not want to turn up at somebody's house with makeup all over the brush or with makeup all over the handle, over this part of the brush, and try and apply makeup to somebody's face with a brush that's got loads of leftover foundation on it, okay? Or eyeshadow, any of that. So you want to make sure that you have clean brushes. Secondly, my second tip is to make sure that you have clean makeup. It takes 2 seconds to just wipe over your makeup. So this, I don't know if you see, can you see all the makeup over that? This is my personal one, obviously. If you take that to someone's house, it just looks yuck. You hold it, it's going to be all over your hands, it's going to be over their hands. Not a good look, okay? My third tip is to make sure that you look smart. I'm not saying that you have to go in your best beauty tunic, but you want to make sure that you are presenting yourself as a smart person. Don't rock up in tracksuit bottoms and trainers, okay? Tip number 4 is wear our makeup. You do not want to go to a one-to-one consultation and somebody say to you, oh, your lipstick colour is really nice, I'll try that one, and you go, actually that's not one of ours. You know, that's going to be so embarrassing and they're going to think, well, why aren't you wearing the lipsticks? They're not going to purchase one, okay? So make sure that you're wearing all of our products. And the other thing to mention is you don't have to go with a full glamorous face of makeup if that's not you. You can just put on some BB cream, some bronzer, mascara, bit of lip gloss, whatever you feel comfortable wearing, that's what you want to turn up like, okay? Because as long as you're wearing our makeup, that's all that matters. If you're somebody that is really glamorous and wears a full face of makeup every day and that's how you're portrayed on your Facebook, perfect. That's you, that's how you want to turn up, that's fine. Okay, number 5, and this is probably one of the most important tips that I can give you. Hand cream. Your hands are going to be all up in someone's face. Sorry. They're going to be all up in someone's face, okay? Our products smell amazing, but if your hands don't smell amazing, that's going to take away from that. And we buy with our senses. People are just going to want your hands out of their face, okay? So when you're sat in the car, just before you go in, make sure you put hand cream on. I've always got one in my car, I've always got one in my bag, just in case I forget to do it in the car, and then you can just do it quickly when you get in there, okay? My next tip is to have a notepad and pen, because you want to be able to make notes as you're going along, so it's just quick and easy to just have your own notepad, so you can just go and make the notes. Okay, tip number 7 is mirror. Make sure you have a really good mirror to take with you, okay? Quite a nice size, and it's got a normal side and it's got a magnifying side, and it's also got lights, so if you want to plug it in or anything like that, you don't have to, but that's what it's got. Because not everyone has a good mirror that is portable. Some people just have a big mirror on a wall in their hallway or in their bathroom or, you know, their front room. You don't want to have to keep getting up every 2 seconds so that they can see the makeup that you're doing. You want them to be able to watch what you're doing as you're applying it, and then they can have a look and see if they like it as you're going along. Okay, so that's tip number 7. My last tip as such is shine wipes. Make sure you take shine wipes with you. If you're going to give somebody a product to take off some of our makeup, if they've tried some foundation and it's not for them, they want to try a different type of foundation or different eye colour, you want to give them a shine wipe to use. You don't want to give them a baby wipe to use, okay? I do have baby wipes because I always end up with makeup all over my hands. I let the customers try products on their hands if they were trying to think of a colour, or so I do have baby wipes for that purpose. But for someone removing their makeup, we have the most amazing cleansing cloths. That's what you want to be giving them to take off their makeup. Okay, so let's get on with the appointment. When you get to somebody's house, I will always go in, and 9 times out of 10 they'll offer you a drink. This is the point where you want to take the time to have a conversation with them. I never go in and just set up all of my makeup straight away. I'll go in and I'll have a cup of tea or a drink, or even if you don't really want a drink, they'll offer you a cup of tea or a glass of water or something, and you can say yes please, because it gives you that time to speak to them. This is where you want to find out what they want from this appointment, okay? If they're trying to go to a wedding and they want makeup for that, if they're on a night out, if they just want to revamp their makeup bag, so then that's going to give you an idea of where the appointment is going to go. You can ask them what brand they're currently using, because that will also give you an idea. If they say MAC or Estee Lauder, Bare Minerals, that's going to give you an idea of what sort of coverage they like, what sort of products they like, and you can kind of then mix that in and say, well, our products, this is quite similar to the Bare Minerals face powder, or something like that. It can give you means to be able to compare. Not that you can compare our products, because obviously they're awesome. Right, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, you want to see, do they have a skincare routine? Ask them, if they have a skincare routine. If they don't, you can obviously recommend, or if they have rosacea or anything like that, then you can say, we have rose water, is absolutely amazing for rosacea, has natural anti-inflammatory properties, it reduces redness. I have lots of people on my team that have rosacea, and always have some pictures handy. I have an album on my phone with somebody who's got rosacea with some of our products on, or after using the rose water for a couple of days on eczema, things like that. Just before and afters with the different types of foundation, just so that you can show them the sorts of coverage that is possible from our products. Okay, my hands when I walk out of an appointment are always covered in makeup, because you can show, obviously on your own skin, how good products are. So I always end up with eyeliner on my hands, different types of eyeshadow on my hands, because it's just great to show them, and it's also great to show them the staying power of the lip liner and the eyeliner. So I always have those ready on my hands. Well, not ready, I do them, make a point of doing them quite early on in the appointment, okay? Because then obviously when they're dry, you can say, look, they're amazing, they don't come off. Okay, great, moving on. Then I come across, this is what I always have at every appointment. So this is my client consultation card. So obviously I write the date on there, I write the client's name on there, their email address, which is really important, because obviously you're going to try and get them to have a party, whether it be online or at home, and you're going to need that to set up the party link. A telephone number so that you can contact them. A date of birth, so that when it's their birthday you can set a reminder and you can message them happy birthday. You can obviously go over the opportunity and the great points about joining our team on your birthday, £20 white cash, things like that. So that's, and also with my regular customers, when it's their birthday, I like to send them a gift. So I will either give them some white cash, or if I've got loads of mineral pigments and things, so I just send them a little gift, and people really like that. So then I have skin type. So this is a consultation, and I always say that people love the Liquid Touch foundation, but the Liquid Touch foundation isn't for everybody. And this is really, really important that you come across this point in your consultation, because you want the makeup that you're putting on your client to look nice. They want it to look nice. So the Liquid Touch foundation doesn't sit very well on dry skin. It does say that on our website, but because the videos for the Liquid Touch foundation went viral, and that along with the 3D Fly Blush Mascara is kind of what put Unique on the map. So everybody wants to try it, but it's not for everybody, and we have an amazing range of foundations that are just as good. So this is your chance to kind of showcase them to your clients and just say, and they appreciate your honesty. Okay, you're going through, you're looking at their skin, you ask them what type of skin type they have. They might say to you, I've got normal skin type, and you can see that they've got really dry skin, or that they've got oily skin. You can say, well, I can see that you've got some dry patches here. You don't have to be rude about it. You just need to be honest about it because you're trying to give them the best service. So then you can write that on there. I also have, apart from the foundations, so you can write the colour foundation that they are, the type of foundation that they use, BB cream, concealer. Then I have a comments section and I make notes about things like if they have a skin condition, what colour eyes they have, things like that. Do they have a daily cleansing routine? Because when different kudos come up, or like the Black Friday sales and things, this enables you to quickly flick through your customers, and you can just go, okay, right, this will be really good for her, this would be really good for her, and you can contact those clients first. So that's always really, really good. Okay, moving on with the appointment. So you know what your client wants now, what they're looking for, and so you can move along with the appointment. So we've got, this is my gorgeous daughter Emma. And she is my lovely model for today. So she's already got her eyebrows done and she's already got her base on, because I didn't want the video to be massively long, okay? So normally what I would go into an appointment with, because a lot of people want an everyday look, okay? So palette 1 is amazing to showcase as eyeshadow, and because it's such a multitasking palette. So because you can do eyebrows with it, you can do contouring with it, so they're really, really good, and you can have a really, really lovely, natural, easy, everyday look from palette 1. So I love using palette 1, but I also do take all of my products. And obviously they can pick because you don't know what they're going to be like, but having a palette like this that's so versatile, and you can show people all the many uses, they can think, oh, wow, that's really good value for money. I can do my eyebrows, I can do contouring, and I can do my eyeshadow with it. Plus you can eyeline using our liner shader brush. So I'm just going to do Emma's eye and just quickly show you how I do a really, really quick smoky eye with palette 1. Okay. She says she can find all of her brushes. Right, so I go in with Sincere, I'm going to go in with. So, and it's really important to make sure you twist your brushes, not rub them, because you will gain product. So, you know, also it's really important to, I always make a joke about the fact that I'm not a makeup artist, okay? You know, I say to them, so don't expect that you're going to walk away looking like the page of a Vogue magazine, because that's not going to happen. You know, they laugh and I laugh, and you know, it breaks the ice a little bit, and it also lowers their expectation. Now, I'm not saying it lowers their expectations of the product, because our products are amazing, but what it does do is it lowers their expectation of walking out looking like the page of a Vogue magazine, which for some people is awesome, because they can be a little bit nervous, perhaps, because they don't want that. They don't want to walk out looking like the page of a Vogue magazine, because, can you just tilt your head back, please? Because that's not what they're after. You know, they're after an everyday look that they can maintain. So you want to make it as easy as possible for people. If you've got somebody who doesn't necessarily wear a lot of makeup normally, you want to make what you're doing as easily replicable for them as you possibly can. Okay, so I've just gone in with Sincere, a little bit of Swanky, and then I'm just going to go in the corner here with a bit of Zealous. Stop moving your eye. No, don't do that. Close your eyes. Never work with children or animals, people. Close your eyes, please. Oh, silent. Right, and then you can obviously use this to just blend along there. And what you've got is just a really lovely smoky eye look. Can you just come a little bit closer to the camera? Close your eye for me. Okay, so there you go, you can sit back down. Really, really easy. Smoky eye look, literally done in like, what, a minute. That's super easy for them to replicate, and they can do that all with the one brush. So then obviously you're trying to upsell, which is great. Know your client, and I don't mean know your client because you're obviously getting to know them, but you will get a feel for their ability straight away. So if you walk in and someone is, you know, obviously very good at makeup, they're very knowledgeable about it, they just want to try our products and revamp their makeup bag, then great. You can go in and, you know, give them a sculpting trio and do all of that sort of stuff and look amazing. But if you have someone who's a complete novice and you go in doing all of this stuff to them, they're probably not going to buy everything that you're showing them, because they're not going to think that they can replicate that. And that's really, really important, that they feel that they can replicate what you're doing. So another great thing that I like to do with people is, there it is, she says, I'm just getting a brush, is I like to show the bronzer and how that can give the contoured look, because that's really, really easy for people. It's something that they would use every day anyway, and obviously it has so many uses. So I obviously go over how it's got a matte side, a shimmer side, and then I show them how to use it to give that contoured look themselves. Okay, so it's really, really easy to give a really good cheekbone look by, obviously you get them to do the old tuck-in, but you just do a 3, okay? So you just come sweeping around here, and you don't want to be going really hard on there because you don't want them to look too scary. You just do a really light dusting, and you do it so that it's like a shape of a 3. So you're coming down the jawline here, down the cheekbone, and just along the hairline there, so it's just like a 3. And then that just gives you a lovely, can you just turn to the side for me? You can see it just defines the cheekbone, defines the jawbone, literally 2 seconds, okay, and it's done. So I hope everyone's keeping up with this, and it's just, sometimes you overcomplicate these things so much in your head, and you don't have to. I had no idea how to do eyeshadow, how to do eyebrows, how to do any of that stuff when I started with Unique. I literally wore bronzer, clear lip gloss and mascara. That was it. Seriously. Okay, so as things are going along, you're obviously making notes in your notepad, and then you are able to come up with a wish list of what they want, because people will always want more than what they can afford, generally. Sometimes you might go to somebody's house and they'll go, I'll have all of this. But generally, people will always want more than they can afford. So I always have a wish list available. So you put their name, so I put Emma Short, because that's my daughter's name. And then I put down all the products that she really, really liked. So you've written all of those down, and then she'll say, and you'll say which ones, you know, would you like, or you know, you talk about price and stuff. People are always really, really scared to close. Just be excited, you know. Palette one is absolutely awesome, isn't it? Shall I put you down for one of those? Would you like the liner shader brush to go along with it? Because obviously it's a jewel tool and it's awesome. You can also use the flat side on the shader to do your eyebrows too. Winner, 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 chicken dinner. Okay, so don't be afraid to do any of that stuff, and people go, oh okay, or they'll say, well actually I can't afford those, I really want that, I really want this, but maybe I'll have to get that next month. This is when you say, well, why don't you have a party and we can try and get some of these things for you for free. And they'll go, oh okay, really? Brilliant. You can either have one at home or we can do it online. All you have to do is invite some friends, I will coach you through the rest, and you just sit back, enjoy the party, we'll play some games if that's what you're into. You can go over some of the products. You know how to do online parties or house parties, I don't need to go into that now, but this is where you get a party and you can tell them that they can get some of these products for free if they have a party. Who doesn't love free products? Also, be very aware of what is in our starter kit, because if someone has likes a lot of the products that are in the starter kit, you can say to them, why don't you just try and do what I do? Be honest with people. I say to people, I never used to wear makeup. In fact, I show people my Facebook from 2 years ago and say, literally, look at me, because I never used to look like this, and I don't look like this on a daily basis. I have 4 children. I don't walk around with a face full of makeup every day, okay? So, and you can say, this is our starter kit, it's £69, this is everything that comes in it. You get your own website, we have one of the best training systems in the business. You'll get full support, you know, I'll be here to guide you along the way and help you within your business. And people, you know, that's another great way to get sponsors on your team, okay? So that's what you want to do there. That's what you want to do there. So yeah, you can ask people if they're going to recommend, you know, do you have any of your friends that you think would like this if they don't want to have a party? Always leave someone with a catalogue, always leave them with a business card, and always leave them with an opportunity leaflet like this. If you don't have any, get some from Scan It Media or get some from Presenter Supplies. They're not very expensive, but believe me, they will serve your business well. So I just got these made up, those on the back. Always put those, leave them with your client, because then they will tell their friends about you and they'll go, oh, here's her leaflet, or here's their card, and then they'll find you or they'll call you, whatever, to book an appointment. One thing that I've forgotten to mention, which I really need to mention, is our primer. Always use our primer on people, okay? I never knew what primer was before I started with Unique. Actually, I thought it was something you applied underneath paint. I never knew what primer was, but primer will show our products to look their best that they possibly can. So when you're showing and you're demoing your eyeshadows on your hand or on their hand, you can do it on them, and they get them to feel the primer, get them to rub it in on their hand, because this is my #1 bestseller, is the primer. In fact, I don't know, probably about 5 people maybe have bought a foundation product from me and not bought the primer, because literally I big this product up so much. And when you're doing one-to-ones and you use it, then you show them on their hand, put a square on their hand and then put the eyeshadow on top of it, and then put eyeshadow without the primer on the other hand. They will see the difference and they'll go, give me one of those. Okay, and also they last for ages. You can tell them all that, you know all the benefits of primer, but definitely go over the primer first. One other important thing to remember about the primer is when you put the primer on their face, talk to them for a few minutes. Don't put the primer on their face and then just put the foundation on the top, because all you're doing essentially is mixing the two products together. Give the primer time to work its way into the skin, okay? Tell them about what the primer does, you know, that it evens your skin tone, that it smooths out the pores. You can talk to them while you're doing this, you know, or giving them the whole experience. Go over that sort of thing. That's what you need to do. So I hope that you have enjoyed my one-to-one tips. I hope that you go off and you have some awesomely successful one-to-ones. I wanted to keep this video in under 20 minutes. I'm at 23, so I'm going to end it now. If you have any questions, just pop me a message. If you want a template or anything for the client card that I use or the wish list, just let me know. But I hope you found this useful. Bye!